Nicola Sturgeon has brutally taunted Boris Johnson after the head of the Prime Minister's so-called union unit, aimed at preventing Scottish independence, quit just 2 weeks into the job. Oliver Lewis, who previously worked on the Brexit campaign, has resigned, according to The Times. The former head of the unit, Luke Graham, stepped down at the start of this month. Scotland's First Minister and SNP leader Nicola Sturgeon suggested Mr. Lewis had quit after realising how threadbare the case was for the union. She wrote, "Disunity in the union unit." Or maybe just despair at realising how threadbare the case for it is. The SNP's Westminster deputy leader Kirsten Oswald also viciously taunted Mr. Johnson and his Conservative Party. She said, "As support for independence grows, the Tories are losing advisers like rats on a sinking ship. People in Scotland have a right to determine their own future in a post-pandemic referendum." Boris Johnson knows he cannot deny democracy any more than Donald Trump. The issue at the election in May will be this: who has the right to decide what sort of country we should be after the pandemic, the people of Scotland or Boris Johnson? The only way to ensure Scotland's future is in Scotland's hands, not Boris Johnson's, is with both votes SNP. Downing Street declined to comment on staffing matters. The Times political editor Stephen Swinford had earlier written on Twitter, "Oliver Lewis has quit Number 10 as head of the union unit." Lewis, a Dominic Cummings ally, felt his position was being made untenable by others in Number 10. Lewis worked with Boris Johnson on Vote Leave, his leadership campaign, and helped strike the Brexit deal. The resignation of Mr. Lewis comes just 2 weeks after former Scottish Conservative MP Mr. Graham stepped down from the role. Speaking earlier this month, the Prime Minister's official spokesman confirmed Mr. Graham had left his Number 10 position. The spokesman said at the time, "The Number 10 union unit will continue to support the Prime Minister in his capacity as the Minister for the Union. We don't comment on details of personnel matters, but the union is an incredibly important focus of the Prime Minister and the Number 10 union unit will continue to support him on that." As the Prime Minister has said himself, he thinks all parts of the union are stronger together and will be and continue to be the voice of the majority of the Scottish people who voted to keep the UK together. He will always stand against those trying to separate the UK, which is why it remains an important focus. The Union Unit, which is run by Michael Gove and is based at the Cabinet Office, was established after the SNP won 48 of Scotland's 59 available seats during the general election in December 2019. The group's brief was to make policy from the Tory government more union-friendly and doing more to make the idea of remaining part of the UK more attractive to Scottish people.